clean. So that looks to be his strategy, and then he powered up in 1-3. So we'll see what Stewie and the TheElderSpork do, but everybody is underway, and it looks like Spork going without a power-up in 1-1, as is Stewie Cartman.
Stewie. And Baddap. So LK's the only one that picked up the mushroom in 1-1, so I guess he's going to be the only one to have early fire here, which is the safest route. So it seems that the rest of them are going a little more aggressively. Spork, does Spork do small fire? I'm trying to think if Spork does small fire.
I believe he does, but I don't completely remember. I guess we'll find out.
Yep. Let's see what happens in 1-2 here.
Spork's going to take the shell.
Yeah, he's going to take the safe route. LK picks up fire. And it looks like Baddap got a little hung up on the pipe there. I'm not sure if that was intentional or not. Looks like we're trying to get everything synced up here. So the top two should be... Okay, everybody should be pretty well synced up at this point.
Yeah, so the top two are synced up with each other, and then the bottom two are synced up with each other. Well, now desynced, but we'll get in there. And we are almost there. But yeah, so Stewie went for the pipe jumps in 1-2, and he had a little bonk, but at least he didn't take a hit or a death or anything like that. So everybody is clean through 1-2.
So the other three players electing to pick up the 1-3 mushroom.
Yeah, now we have everybody 100% synced up, so we're in good shape here. Up at the top, we've got Stewie just a little bit ahead of Spork up, but he did get 6 fireworks. He got a 256 on the timer, so that 6 in the ones digit will give him 6 fireworks, which costs him about 3 seconds.
Yeah, so that'll put him a little bit behind Spork, but see if Spork, he's going to not pick up fire. Neither is Stewie, so it looks like they're both going to go for small fire strats here, while LK and Baddap are both going with big fire strats. So let's see if they get the small fire glitch here. Looks like Spork's got it, and looks like Stewie's got it as well.
So all runners are where they want to be. In the bottom, we have 2 runners doing big fire Mario, and both have gotten there cleanly. And on the top, we have 2 runners doing small fire Mario, and both have hit the glitch so far. So you will be seeing the TheElderSpork and Stewie Cartman grabbing a mushroom here, which will actually turn them small. And then they will try to grab a fire flower to turn into small fire Mario. So for those of you who may be new to the tournament this year and have not seen this glitch before, basically what happens is when you touch the axe and Bowser at the same time, the game registers the fact that Mario got hit, so he loses his power-up, but it doesn't change him from big to small. So you kind of get reversed on the cycle where a mushroom moves you from small to big, and Spork is... playing a little trampoline there on the spring.
Yeah, Spork got a little hung up on the trampoline there. Stewie got 6 fireworks, unfortunately. I believe LK and Baddap got through 2-1 pretty clean. So we'll see how 2-2 goes for these. You can get some pretty tricky patterns with the bloopers and the cheap cheeps. Having small fire Mario is an advantage in this level because it's a little easier to navigate around some of them. So we'll see what kind of patterns they get here, and hopefully they get some pretty good luck with it.
So far, so good for the 2 on the bottom, and Stewie's through and Spork's through the first bottleneck as well. Woo, and Baddap almost hits the fish there, but nice and clean, and a 3:16 on the timer, so perfectly done for Baddap. And also, LK, and Stewie gets hung up on the coral section. So Stewie takes a hit, and that'll give the lead over to the TheElderSpork. So we'll see where Stewie powers up. I'm assuming he's going to probably grab the mushroom in 2-3 and hopefully not take a hit and get the fire flower in 2-4.
Yeah, the picking up the power up in 2-3 and 7-3, which are similar levels, can be pretty tricky if you get a bad cheat sheet pattern. They can try to snipe you when you're trying to pick up the power up here. So we'll see if he elects to pick it up here. And hopefully he doesn't get attacked by the fish there. Looks like he's got it. Oh, there's one of them. But looks like he made it through that safely.
Yeah, it's he was in the most vulnerable state there when you're Big Mario, but we call it Big Vulnerable Mario because that's where if you take a hit as Big Mario, you actually die. So it's a little bit... It's even more difficult than just small-only Mario, regular small Mario, because Mario's hitbox is twice the size as small Mario.
Good clean 2-4 for both LK and Baddap. They both got a 260 without any issues. Stewie manages to pick up his fire, so he's back to small fire Mario. And I guess Spork's about half a level ahead, roughly at this point.
Yep, and he gets the Bowser kill. You do want to shoot Bowser with fire if possible. That'll save around 2.5, 3 seconds rather than touching the axe and then waiting for the bridge to collapse and then Bowser to fall into the lava. All that animation takes time, so it is faster to kill Bowser with fire, and that's why we do grab the Fire Flower in this speed run. A, for safety, and B, with all the Bowser kills in Worlds 1 through 7, you know, you need to. It'll save you a lot of time if you have fire for all of them.
And Stewie having a little trouble there near the end of 3-1, but looks like he's made it through there with a 341. LK and Baddap about halfway through 3-2. Well, LK's done with 3-2 at this point. Looks like no issues from either of them on that one.
Yeah, both getting the perfect 240. Sorry, yeah, 245 there. Meanwhile, Spork still has about that half-level lead over Stewie Cartman, and they'll hopefully try to get the perfect 245 as well. 3-3 is a fairly straightforward level as well, just some platforming, and shouldn't pose too much trouble for these runners. Hopefully no commentator's curse, but 3-4 is where things will start to get interesting.
Yeah, 3-4, you have some variance in the patterns of the heights of the potaboos. And generally in races, you see most players play it safely and slow down a little bit just to, as you saw LK just slow down a little bit there. We'll see if Baddap, he slowed down a little bit as well. And you'll probably see that happen again here in the second half of the level, where they slow down so they don't challenge the potaboos, because unless you know exactly which pattern you're going to get, it's usually better to play it safe and not risk a hit or a death there.
Yep, and both players on the bottom playing it safe, and nicely done. A 258 for Baddap and a 253 for LK. So Baddap does close the door a little bit, close the lead, I should say, a little bit. Meanwhile, Spork getting through the Potaboo Gauntlet and Stewie coming up to the Potaboo Gauntlet. Nicely done for Spork. And 256 on the timer for him, and we'll see what Stewie gets. 259. So again, the gap closes there as well.
Yeah, Stewie picks up roughly about a second there. So inching just a little bit closer on Spork. Looks like LK and Baddap have both finished 4-1. Not really a lot to say about 4-1. That's generally regarded to be the easiest level in the game. But 4-2 should be a little interesting. We have different routes that some of the players take if they get the top route or the bottom route. So looks like we'll see which routes LK and Baddap decide to take here in just a second.
Those of you in chat, what is your favorite route? Top route or bottom route? Looks like LK is going bottom and Baddap is going top. And right behind them will be Spork and Stewie, and we'll see what they choose as well.
Oh, no, and Baddap takes a hit to the second Koopa there. It looks like he either didn't shoot the second fireball or it may have bounced over, or he tried to shoot it too late. I'm not sure exactly which. So unfortunately, Baddap's going to have to... Well, they won't be able to get fire back for the rest of World 4 because there's only one in 4-3.
And on the top here, we got Spork. I think he wanted to go top route, and it looks like he bonked and was forced to go to the bottom. It doesn't look like he's as comfortable with the bottom, and Stewie completely closed the gap there because of that. So they are essentially tied now. Stewie actually with a very tiny lead. So unfortunate for Spork there, but I mean, these two are essentially tied. So still plenty of race to go between those two. And on the bottom, of course, Baddap has taken that hit, so LK with a clear advantage at this point. Even though they look like they're close together in the race, Baddap will probably be powering up in World 5.
Yeah, and that'll should give LK several seconds more of a lead once that comes along. Also, if LK fire kills Bowser here, he should take a little more lead of a couple of seconds, since Baddap has to wait for the bridge animation to go down. So we're doing Stewie with the slide animation with Mario there. If you do a buffer jump at the beginning of the level, you can do this slide animation, which is kind of cool for the first few seconds of a level.
All right, so we'll see what their Bowser kills are like, and meanwhile, Baddap... Oh no, and Spork takes a hit. He got the forward Bowser, but hesitated just enough to take the hit there. And he will be searching for power-ups in World 5 as well. Unfortunately, 5-1, you don't get a mushroom or a firefly or anything like that. There is a star, though, so there is that option for safety.
Yeah, it's, I don't know if Spork will take the star. We'll see. Yep, he's going to take it. Probably not a bad call on this, because if he takes another hit here, he actually dies, as you explained just a bit ago.
Meanwhile, Baddap in 5-2, getting past the Hammer Bros. We'll see if he powers up here. Deciding not to power up, so he may just be going small only the rest of the way. I think this happened in his last race as well. He decided to just power through his small Mario.
And Sport going to pick up the mushroom here at the beginning of the level. Makes it past the Hammer Bro. And we're on 5-3, which can give you some pretty nasty bullet bill patterns if you get one of the unlucky patterns. Looks like LK made it through pretty clean. And Baddap, he landed on one there, but looks like he's going to make it through okay.
All right, Spork is powered up. Stewie's in 5-3 already, and LK, meanwhile, doing the slowdown under the power block there to ensure that he gets good fire bars here in this tunnel in 5-4, and he takes a hit to the fire, Bowser fire there, so that'll change things a little bit. And we actually did see Baddap power up as well, so the gap will close once again, and LK, I'm sure, will be powering up in 6-1. There are two very comfortable power-ups to get in 6-1.
Yeah, so that'll give an opportunity for Baddap to make up a little ground here that he lost going into 6-1. And let's see, Stewie looking like 5-4 is going pretty well. Gets a forward Bowser, takes him out, and he'll be moving on to World 6. Sport didn't look like he delayed there much, but it looks like he's got a good pattern there. So,
yep, and down on the bottom, Baddap within maybe 3 seconds of LK now because LK had to power up. So not even 3 seconds. So that is a very tight race. Up on the top, Stewie with about a half level lead on the TheElderSpork, maybe close to a full level, just depending on the length of the level, but certainly still anybody's race if you're within a level.
Yeah, we're on 6-2. This could be a pretty fun level to play once you learn how to do it with fire. It could be a little intimidating to get down to begin with. But it looks like both Baddap and LK are doing a great job through it. They have to delay somewhere in the level because if they don't, oh no, and commentators curse, and Baddap takes a hit near the end of the level, so he's going to have to grab his power-ups again if he elects to do so.
Yeah, I was just going to say he did have his slowdown because he bonked in one of the pipes, and then right after that, he also hit a piranha plant, so unfortunate there for Baddap. And 6-3 is a pretty tough spot to power up, so I think he's going to probably stay small Mario only here.
Yeah, and looks like Sport took a hit there. Stewie had a clean 6-2, but Sport's a little bit vulnerable right now. He can't take another hit, and we'll see if he decides to wait a bit before he picks up more power-ups, or if he's going to try to pick up one in 6-3 and then get the other one in 6-4.
Yeah, that's certainly, there are advantages to going small fire, but one of the disadvantages if you do take a hit and then you're big vulnerable Mario, that's a pretty scary situation.
And Sport having more fun with springboards, it looks like. So he's going to pick up this mushroom here, so I would figure he would probably pick up fire in 6-4 since he picked this one up. And Stewie making it through clean through the firebar section there. And all kinds of lag. 6-4 lags a lot. And it looks like he had a pretty good 6-4 there.
Yeah, the reason you get a lot of lag is there's a bunch of Bowser hammers, there's a Potaboo, there's a firebar, there's Bowser himself and Mario. There's just so many sprites on the screen that the game has trouble processing them all because it's such old technology. So it causes some lag, and that actually counts against your time in the speedrun. So certainly when you're doing PB attempts, people, especially at the top levels, they try to find patterns that will give them the least amount of lag possible. And Stewie getting 3 fireworks there at the end of 7-1 as he heads into 7-2.
And let's see, we've got LK and Baddap in the middle of 7-2 right now. So at this point, since Baddap doesn't have hasn't picked up any power-ups, it looks like he won't be able to do World 8, or at least the beginning of it with the fire. So he's going to be... Oh no, and LK takes a hit to one of the Cheap Sheeps there. So both LK and Baddap are
small only
right now. Oh no, and LK takes a death to the Cheap Sheep near the end of the level. That's super unfortunate.
And that'll give the lead to Baddap. So LK in a bit of a hole here. We saw Jeremy put together a really nice small run from 7-2 on, and Stewie taking a hit. So Stewie is big vulnerable Mario. So he's not normal big Mario. If he takes a hit as big vulnerable Mario, he will die. So Stewie in a precarious situation as well, heading into 7-3.
7-2 not being nice to any of these runners so far. I guess Spork's the last one to get through 7-2 here. So, because I think all the three so far have taken a hit so far. Can Spork be the only one that makes it out with fire? And I guess we will see. Ooh, no, not him either. Oh, Spork. Oh no. Oh no.
And he takes a death to the blooper, and Stewie takes a death at 7-3 right after the power up as well. So just calamity going on here for several runners, but. Yeah, we do see on the bottom that LK has powered up, so at least he's got that safety of not being able to, he can still take a hit and not die.
Yeah, so, 7-2. 7-2 got all four of the players. 7-2 is a rough level. That's a rough one to make it through. So, looks like Baddap has made his way through 7-4. LK making his way through it. 7-4 is one of the maze levels. Generally the biggest thing about this level is just take the correct path and don't accidentally mistrigger the checkpoints here.
Certainly, and I should say with both Spork and Stewie taking deaths, they're regular small Mario, and Spork got hung up on the Koopa there.
Yeah, he landed just a little short of that Koopa. I don't know if he thought maybe it was going to turn the other way, potentially, or if he just shorted the jump. That's a little unfortunate for Spork there. But this thing isn't over. We still have World 8 to go, and World 8's not exactly the easiest world either.
And we missed LK taking a hit somewhere. He is small Mario again. I know he had powered up, but we see him small again, so at some point he took a hit. A lot to keep track of with 4 runners at once and only 2 of us, but it's been a pretty wild sequence of levels since 7-2. We've got Baddap and 8-2 leading all 4 runners, even though it's just between him and LK. LK and 8-1, Stewie and 8-1 grabbing the star there, and Spork making his way through 7-4.
Yeah, Stewie taking advantage of the star here. He wants to play a little safe. Looks like Spork has made his way through 7-4, so he'll be going on to World 8. Baddap through 8-2.
I'm very curious if he's going to power up in 8-3 or not.
Yeah, that's doing 8-3 small is risky, and we'll see how he wants to approach this.
Yeah, this could change the complexion of the race right here if he risks it.
And he did risk it. Hammer Bro.
That'll close the gap because LK is coming up to the end of 8-2, and he is Big Mario.
Yeah, so LK can afford a hit in 8-3. Baddap can't. So Baddap going at it again. Looks like he's doing small only. So let's wish him luck with the last 4 bros here.
And in World 8, there are no checkpoints. So if he took a death anywhere in 8-3, it would have sent him all the way back to the beginning of the level.
Yeah. So he made it through this time. LK looked like he might have considered the fire flower there for a moment, but decided not to get it. And he got a bad second bro there, and he took a hit there, but he's okay, and he's going to make it through the end of 8-3. So Baddap in the lead through 8-4, while LK's just starting 8-4. Let's see how Stewie does also with 8-3. Of course, he can take a hit here. So he's
Baddap having some trouble with the wall jump section. That'll allow LK to close things up just a bit. And Baddap does need to be careful. If he gets a bad cheap, he doesn't, or takes a hit onto the fire bar here, he will be taking a death and going back to the beginning of 8-4. So still not through this yet. There could be a bad Potaboo or a bad Bowser. He is not in the clear yet.
LK with a nice wall jump there in the second room. And Baddap, ooh, that Potaboo was pretty low. Wow. He made it through, and he finishes with a 1957.
Very nicely done. His PB is 1941, so only 16 seconds off his PB, and he is going to take the victory over LK.
LK played it safe there, makes it under Bowser, and he's going to finish with what looks like to be a 2011. And Stewie takes a death in 8-4.
Stewie's going to have to be very careful. If he takes another death, that's going to be a game over. And that would hand the lead back to Spork.
Looks like Spork has made it through the Hammer Bros there and at the end of 8-3. Yeah, so Stewie needs to definitely play it careful here to hopefully it doesn't... Oh man.
My goodness. Oh my goodness. He came within maybe a pixel of hitting that Piranha Plant. That was so close. And then also the Cheep was a little scary. He's got to be careful here in the water. We'll see how he takes this. He's through there. And he's got to be careful again of the Potaboo and Bowser.
So Stewie going for it. And he gets a 21-10. So we got Spork finishing up here. So, crazy race.
Yeah, that was wild on all four accounts there. Certainly without a lack of drama in this. And Baddap going to take the win over LK. Stewie going to take the win over TheElderSpork. And we'll watch Spork close it out here, and let's see what his time is.
Spork
he gets the time.
1:35.
Very nicely done. So... good runs for all four runners. Spork coming in with the 21:35, only 25 seconds behind Stewie, and LK only 16 seconds behind Baddap. So pretty close runs to have, two within 30 seconds of each other. So a couple nice races there.
Yep. And since everyone's finished now, we'll see who wants to come in for interviews, and we'll recap the race with them.
Looks like we got TheElderSpork getting ready to join us. He can hop up here whenever he is ready. And there he is. Welcome, Spork. Kind of a wild race. I don't know if you were aware of where Stewie was, but yeah, you guys had a really close race. Walk us through your perspective, Spork.
No, I usually don't watch the other stream. I'm not a big fan of knowing. Going into 8-4, pretty much by the time I took the second death in 7-2, 7-3, I'm like, okay, I'm done at this point. It's over with. So I was just kind of going and running. When I hit 8-4 and I saw nobody in speedrun in the SRL log had finished, I went, wait, where is everybody? So... at that point, it was just try to run and finish, and apparently I was just far enough behind where it didn't matter at that point.
Wait, Spork, what happened? Because that was a terrible run for me.
I'm
honestly shocked I won.
I lost power up in 4-4 Bowser. I lost power up in. I had a bad 5-2 regaining small fire. No. At that point, I died in 7-2 to the lost power-up at the Cheeps at the end, and then my invincibility ran out just in time for the blooper to get me at the pipe.
That's the worst.
And then I made the biggest mistake ever, and that's follow the coins in 7-3. There's my second death.
Oh, don't ever do that.
Yeah, 7-2. All four of you got hit in 7-2.
Yeah, 7-2 was Calamity Corner. I think not only did all four of you take a hit, but I think two of you took deaths. I think LK took a death, and Spork right at the very end in the pipe took a death. That was some mayhem right there.
I was expecting to get hit at the end of 7-2 again.
Get in the pipe, plumber. I was just about screaming it.
So yeah, go ahead.
So how about not dying to that plan 8-4? I thought I was dead.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. I was just going to ask you about that. You kind of hesitated in the turnaround room. I think you brushed up on the pipe before that next pipe, and then and then with the it had already loaded the piranha. So when you did the turnaround, the piranha plant was already coming back up, and I think you were a pixel away.
I'm gonna have to watch that replay because once I saw that plant come up, I'm like, great, game over right there.
Yeah, because you had one life left.
That was super, super close.
Oh wow!
So you were within a pixel of Stewie game overing and having the win there. So that was crazy.
I don't know if that's comforting or discomforting, but wow.
So yeah, both of you, of course, are in Group C. So you guys have kind of an interesting group here. And Stewie moves to 1-0, and Spork 0-1, but still plenty of opportunities in that group. So, Rupert, why don't you talk us through that group a little bit and what's going on?
For Group C, let's see. Group C, we have. Well, it'd be good if I brought the bracket up here. As far as the change to it, or
yeah, so we have a bit of a change going on.
Yeah, so we have a bit of a change up going for Group C, which is currently Loverstar, ElderSpork, Stewie. Cosmic is going to move into that group since Smith is no longer in the tournament. So Cosmic, he's currently a part of Group I, but since we have a vacancy now in Group C, Cosmic will move into that group since he hasn't played anyone yet. So he will be taking over in that spot.
Group I will be now a group of 4, and Group C will actually be a group of 5, but Smith will forfeit all of the races against Stewie, TheElderSpork, and Cosmic. Larvastar did already face Smith and won, and so we won't, if there is a tiebreaker, we won't use Larvastar, or we won't use the matches versus Smith in the tiebreaker because Larvastar did race Smith and the others would be on a forfeit, so they wouldn't have put up times. But as far as calculating average times, should somebody move on to the next round, we will use Larvastar's race versus Smith so that he doesn't essentially lose that win in that time that he put up.
And I'm glad you guys are doing all of this and not me, because that got my head spinning just thinking about it.
Yeah, so I mean, the only change is instead of Group I being the group of 5, Group C is now the group of 5. Other than that, it's all the same. So now it's 3 advancing from Group C and 2 advancing from Group I instead of 3 from Group I and 2 from Group C.
Yeah, and for those of you who
point out, shout out to all the fireworks I got in that run.
you got a few in that run.
I finally hit the 6 in 8-2. I was like, please don't, please don't, please don't.
I think I got 6 3 times that run.
Yeah.
It wasn't a 144 run? Oops.
No, that's about a month away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'll do one next month. But just one other thing. For those of you who are watching the bracket, and since we announced the change to that and stuff, you won't actually see, I don't think you will anyway, see Cosmic's name actually in that group, so we'll have to track that manually. But just let you all know that, because for me to actually make that change, I would have to destroy the whole bracket and recreate the entire thing, unfortunately, but that's how it goes.
Yep. So really quick, going over Group G right now. Jeremy is leading Group G with 2 wins. The Call has not played any matches yet. Baddap is 1-1 with a win over LK and a loss to Jeremy. And LK taking 2 losses, 1 to Jeremy and 1 to Baddap here. So it doesn't look like LK will be moving on, but he still can run one more race versus the Call. I guess it's still possible he could move on. If he wins and Baddap loses to the Call and then loses to Jeremy, they'll all be 1 and 2. So actually LK is not out of this yet. It will come down to average time if that were to be the case.
Yep, it'll be interesting to see where everyone falls here when they complete their third and final matches in their groups. So a little bit of a different format this year, but I mean we've had a few hiccups and stuff that were a little unexpected, but working through those. But I think it's an interesting new format that we decided to try out for this year.
Anything can happen in group stages. This is an absolute fantastic format. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think too many people expected Baddap to take down LK. LK has a 1915 and Baddap a 1941, but that's why races are races. They're not played on paper. They're actually played on the console or on the emulator. So yeah, really fun 4 races there, or 4 2 matches there, 4 runners there between the 4 of you. That was a lot of entertainment. So I guess coming up, we have another race at the top of the hour. So just about 26 minutes from now, we will have JT Knott versus London. That'll be right here on SpeedGaming. So we are going to be pausing. We'll all take a break here, and when we come back for that, it is going to be myself and TheElderSpork on commentary. Spork, are you excited for your first commentary of this tournament? Is this your first one? No, you did some morning ones earlier.
No, I did a Friday morning one. Me and Dash took on. It was JS Carbo and Mamoru. Fantastic race between them. So I just need like 2 seconds to take my racer hat off, get my commentator hat off.
Yeah, we got Team Sporkate back on the action.
Tell the family I love them, and then just get back here, take you guys through an amazing race absolutely coming up. So this is going to be a lot of fun. This is a fun evening, a great first week in the Warpless tournament.
Yeah, Rupert, looks like you are relieved of duties after this.
Yeah, it's we've done. How many have we done over the past few days? We've done a few,
3 or 4 at this point.
Yeah, but yes, it'll be great commentary with Takate and Spork, and then that should be a great race with the. Sorry, I can't talk today. Seems like
Don't
I can't
worry,
talk.
I can't either, Rube.
But anyway, it should be a great race with great commentary on that. So be sure to check that one out. That one could be pretty close. Both are great players. So definitely come back here in about 25 minutes or so and catch that one.
Yeah, absolutely. So in the meantime, we will be pausing, and we will catch you all in 25 minutes. So GG's to our runners, and we will see you all soon.
Later, guys. See you in a bit.
Later, everyone. Thanks for having us.
Take care.